Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa Lamont, and I'm host of Ladies Get Your Prance On. And today I have a special edition show because my guest that's coming on in just a moment, her name is Charlene Burke, and she is the Mastermind expert goddess. You know, you hear a lot about masterminds out there, and all these people are starting these groups. I mean, they're just like, mastermind, mastermind, mastermind. But they're not. They're just like get-togethers and talking in a bunch of, networking without really being strategic. And so I wanted to have Charlene Burke in the house because she has this awesome upcoming group that she's going to be talking about. So Charlene, welcome.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you. I just love being here. So good to see you.
It is, and we're not going to be talking about Marvin Martian today, even though you and I, that's our kind of our little favorite cartoon character. So today I wanted to have you here because you have this upcoming course that you're going to be sharing with business women, and so I would love to have you first of all explain to the people watching what a mastermind really is, because I don't think people have clarity on what a mastermind really is, and then why are you doing your course?
Okay, I will be happy to share this because I too have seen, especially these past roughly 2.5, 3 years, it has been this onslaught of everybody attaching the word mastermind to what they're doing. And while what they're doing is fantastic, I take nothing away from what they're teaching, from what they're providing in terms of an environment to their students, to their attendees, to their members. It's not really a mastermind because it's all about them. And that's the key to a mastermind group. I run mine based on the principle that was set forth by Napoleon Hill when he basically learned it from Andrew Carnegie, right? And it's the gathering of like-minded people in harmony to help each other to achieve something in particular. That's my view. Summary, paraphrase, what have you. So every mastermind group that I have been running since, end of 2008 until today, some have been in person, some have been virtual, have all been run just like Napoleon Hill describes. The only difference is that I am there as a host and a facilitator. I am there to ensure that the environment is conducive for people to have quality discussions, to get specific answers that they're looking for, to be in a group of a community of members that really are like-minded. And while I do bring an expertise, if it's not needed, I don't speak during the meeting. It really is ultimately a peer-to-peer discussion focus on problem solving. And that's why it kind of irks me, and I know it irks you, to see, how can I put this? All right, I'm just going to put it this way. I have a group training program, and I'm going to call it a mastermind. I have 150 people in a group, and I'm going to call it a mastermind. And you can't do that because, in all honesty, the mastermind is when a small group of people, small, under 10, come together, talk to each other, brainstorm about something, and then what happens is this alternative energy, right? This like third source of energy comes into play, and it happens virtually. It's what throws some people. It really does happen virtually as well. And that extra energy that comes in, that's the mastermind, not the sitting and texting to each other possible answers to a problem brought up, not watching a panel of experts talk about whatever expertise they want to talk about, not sitting in a room full of 100 people and your small group discussion is all about what somebody that may be the captain's table and introducing each other as a networking event. There's no extra energy that comes from that. And then one step further is it's almost like this extra energy facilitates the new ideas that come into everybody's mind as the discussion goes on. And if you've ever been a part of one, and I know you have, Lisa, I have been a member of a mastermind group many times, and I get to watch this happen. During a discussion, you can start seeing the wheels turning in people's minds, and they're saying things they would never have thought of previously. They're recalling things. They're putting multiple ideas together and sharing them, and great and amazing things happen.
It is, and I thank you. That's a great explanation. You did bravo, by the way. But you've been doing this for so long, so you're very relaxed, you're very natural. And one of the, I've belonged to a group where it was a mastermind group, and you were part of it. That's kind of how we kind of connected. So how does a psychic and a mastermind expert come together? It was because of a mastermind group, and I learned so much when you have your scheduled time to talk. You get to talk about what your struggle is, what you're working on. So if somebody's like working on a campaign for a seminar that they're going to be giving, then they can use that time to get ideas and bounce off ideas going, I'm really struggling. I don't know if I want to do both men and women. Do I want women? I'm thinking that I'd like to do 25 people. What are your feedback? And so that's what a mastermind is about, is being able to talk on a topic that you're working on. So instead of someone going, let's talk about, LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. That is not a mastermind, and that isn't going to benefit a person who may not be interested in LinkedIn. And so a mastermind is being able to work on a problem and come together to get a solution for what it is that you're struggling on. And so each different person that's in the group is going to have their own topic that they want to work on. And that's what I love about it.
I am right with you on that. Even in structured masterminds, and structured being like the one that I'm launching that's called Power of 10, Become More, Achieve More. The only reason that it's slightly different than the other groups that I have hosted is that it's topic driven. But even then, all that means is that at the beginning of the month, there's a specific topic that everybody's going to be challenged to focus on for themselves and their business during that month. But then there's another meeting within that month for open time, if you will. We all come together in the same meeting room, and now you have so much time allocated to you. And if you want to talk about something very different than the topic, fine. If you want to talk about, here's an issue that's come up with my business in the past 2 weeks, I'm having, absolutely. That's the whole goal of the community within the mastermind. All we're doing, and I'm doing, is just presenting a topic for focus. Yes. And it's because so many times what happens to us as business owners is we lose focus, we lose clarity, we get off track. And if we come into an initial meeting, right, like the first of the month meeting, we know what the topic for that month is, and we're slightly prepared. We learn a little bit about it, we discuss it, we determine, do we have issues with that? And if we do, fantastic, because the rest of the month, I now have access to the rest of the community to help me learn how to get through this part and how to really overcome a challenge, or because that becomes the problem. It presents itself as the problem for the business owner. Those who don't have that problem but have the answer are now placed in a feeling of being of service to somebody else, which is an exceptionally wonderful feeling. But they can use that time now to say, here's the answers I've gotten. I'm happy to help you. Now it's my turn. Here's my turn in the meeting. And this is what's coming up for me because I'm having issues with my business in terms of outsourcing something, in terms of a sales process is broken, in terms of personal life suddenly, went kaplooey and I need to get on track quickly. Who do I go to for something like this? Or I've been trying, as you said, right, planning this seminar, and I seem to be stuck. I'm not sure where else should I go with this. So it can easily fit into the program that I've got planned.
Absolutely, and I want to be able to talk about the topics too, because you are a mastermind expert, and you do have. I mean, there are basic topics for business leaders, and so I don't want I don't want to jump off when I said, like talking about LinkedIn. If that's strategic, then that's fine. If that's something, but I do want to be able to backpedal here and not take away from what you shared, because there's a difference between a topic of discussion and just throwing something out there like spaghetti at a wall. And that happened to me recently. I went to a quote unquote mastermind luncheon, and there the leader of the group basically stood up before the group on a topic that she took on the month before. So we're meeting a month later. And she basically told this group that she didn't fulfill her accountability, and that she sat there for 45 minutes and made excuses to the group of why she didn't do it. And I am just like going, are you kidding? And once again, I've now learned that as I grow, that this is not my tribe. Like, I want to talk about that too, because I did a little talk recently about a giraffe, and I thought a giraffe would tie into your mastermind group, Charlene, because the giraffe has that the world's longest neck that can see opportunities and obstacles. And the other thing I found out cool about giraffes is that their group, instead of calling it a tribe, a group of giraffes is called a tower. And so I would like to think of your mastermind group as a tower, which is a very unique group. Can you talk on that?
Oh, I like that. All right, so I'll tell you a couple of reasons why I like that. The first one is your experience with that group. It would be enough for me to leave that group. The leader of the group to not be prepared, it is the responsibility of the leader. It is my responsibility to be of service to the members. My whole point of having a mastermind group is to make sure that the members are taken care of. And if I don't hold up my end of the bargain, I fully expect them to walk out, just to throw it out there. Now, so nobody's ever walked out of my groups. Never happened. But that's how I that's how I approach it. That's how I come to the members. The second thing is that you had said, bringing up the LinkedIn as a topic. Here's the difference of having a topic related to what a business owner would experience at a high level versus a very narrow tactic. So it's strategy versus tactic kind of thing, right? So topics that are covered where I'm coming from would be something like desire, right? Well, let's get some clarity on what you're going to be working on. Focus. How do you develop a focus? Not desire to succeed in this specific campaign, but just desire in general, right? Or leadership. There's all sorts of conversations and issues and challenges that come up with those sort of topics. That's why it will work, and it does work with the kind of group that I'm forming. And then finally, I love the giraffe. And I was not a giraffe lover. I was not until you had initially talked to me about it not too long ago, and I got to thinking. And my first image of a giraffe with that really long neck, for me, we're going to now reveal what my last year has been like, is long enough to stick it out there, right? And it tied in with my word of the year, which was bold. And to stick my neck out, in order to do that with any level of confidence, beyond just the belief in myself, oh, what a difference it makes to have somebody behind me. And so to have my mastermind group members, my fellow members, plus the ones that were in other groups I was running, to have them at my back. And that's what I would visualize when I would step out to do something. And then I'd come back to the meeting and I'd talk and do my part and say, this is what's happening. And then I get the feedback. And that's what I took with me the next day when I would step out again. And I felt like I was sticking my neck out, and I could stick it out further, and I could stick it out further. Now you tie that in with what you're talking about of having that long neck to see opportunities. When you're willing to at least look for opportunities, the amazing thing that happens with a community, such as within the mastermind, is that they start presenting themselves within the community. You recognize that these two members really should be, if they're not connected outside this group, they really should be. It's like You start recognizing it in other people. You leave the meeting and seeing opportunities for yourself. And it's amazing to watch this happen for people. And then to think that it's not a tribe, we're a tower. I'd not heard that before, and my immediate visualization was we, just like what's behind me. That's what I'm thinking. We're at the top here. Mm-hmm. Not only are we now able to see the opportunities for ourselves because we have this group around us, but as a group, we are towering above other people. And that just took me up a level in my business because I feel I can do it because I've got these people around me that care about my success. Oh, love that.
I love it. And so I want people to know, I'm going to have you in just a moment describe who your ideal mastermind member would be of your upcoming group and talk about when you're starting it. But I just want the people to know that I wanted you on this show for this special show to tell people that you are the real deal and that you are non-judgmental. And if you can hold space for a psychic and a hypnotherapist without judgment and love and work with me in a loving, kind way and help me build my business and to have me look at myself as a business leader in the community and not be somebody that's off in a sideshow or doing a little table, at a psychic fair. You have really been beneficial to me, Charlene, because you have helped me stand in, as Joey Garrity would say, in my spotlight, and you've really been beneficial to me and help keep me in my space of owning who I am and not being ashamed and being able to do it in a business environment, because I do work with business professionals. I work with doctors and lawyers and HR directors. And so working with you has helped me able to see how I can benefit the community in a different light. So with that said, share with us who the ideal candidate would be to be in your upcoming group and when is it?
Thank you. Thank you for sharing how I have benefited you. It warms my heart to hear that. So the group that I'm forming is called Power of 10, which means that there will be 10 seats. Become more, achieve more. And it is for women business owners only. And that's because I want women who are current business owners, who are seeking community, who are seeking a safe space to not only be themselves, but to throw out those wacky, crazy marketing ideas, right? To throw out the weird things that happen to us as women while we're doing business, to grow. They're anxious to grow. They feel held back. And this is what happens to them. It happened to me. I have a feeling, I know it happened to you. I've known too many women business owners this happens to. We get into business and we're moving right along and we're like this close, right? But then we stop ourselves and it's because we are isolating ourselves. The more we achieve, the bigger our goals, the smaller the group we seem to have around us until literally we feel like we're all alone in this world. And we don't have to be. We just flat do not have to be. And so my goal with this group is to first provide the environment that is I call it a safe space. I call it a space of you will be who you need to be. And if it is a negative effect on the group, I will take care of that. Yeah. Because sometimes we have that, but that's up to me to take care of. That's my role. I talk with members. I vet you beforehand. I take your application. We have a conversation because it's important that I really believe this is a good fit for you. I recently had a conversation with a woman who's not ready to be a mastermind member. She was all about, and here's what the ideal is, right? She was all about, here, I'm going to come in with my hand up. That's all I need. I need you. I need you. I need you. I want direction. I want more money. I want this. And as we talked, I kept trying to get her to say what she could bring back. What do you have to offer? Well, I'm not there yet. Yeah, I've only made $150,000 in my business, but I need so much more. I need to get to $500,000 by next year. I want, and that was a whole conversation with I want.
Wow.
There was nothing in there about being of service to anybody. I mean, nothing. It's been a long time since I've met somebody like this. But with a mastermind, you come in with your palm down. And the idea is that I'm going to come in with an attitude of open-mindedness and a willingness to give, because I understand that with that attitude, I get that much more. And when I talk with women who talk about, I don't volunteer much. I wish I had more time, but when I did, this is what I did, and they get excited about it. Or I talk with women who are so frustrated because they are feeling alone, and they work so much better when they're in a group. And that's all they're seeking. They just want to be a member of a community. And I talk with women who have been growing their business, and they're so excited about some of the achievements that they had. They can't wait to help somebody else. They want to be in a mentorship role, but they're not quite ready for that, right? They may have sought it out, or they may have been asked and realized, hey, I'm not quite ready for one-to-one mentoring. But boy, that would be nice to be able to tell somebody, so these are some of the mistakes I made. Those are the women that are perfect for the power of 10. They're perfect.
And I also love that being in a mastermind with you is that everybody gets their chance to talk. You know, some mastermind groups, so they'll let somebody, you know, they hog the show. Like they'll go on for a half an hour of the, 2-hour time slot, and they just go on and on. I mean, you're really good for making sure everybody gets their time. And so when does this start, and how can they find you?
So right now, I've got this scheduled to begin in September. First meeting, actually, to be the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. And the first one should be September 13th. I encourage people to look me up, right? I love it. Just Google me. It just doesn't sound right, but it's
Google me. Giggle me.
Giggles every time I say it, exactly. But seriously, yeah, I can be reached at Charlene at searchbyburke.com. You can go to powerof10.thegrowalliance.com to learn more about that specific program. You can find me on Facebook under my name, Charlene Burke. You can go to Facebook and go to the Grow Alliance Facebook group and find me there. You can go to my primary website, which is Search by Burke. That's been the business name since June of 2008, and learn about me there. Any one of those can learn about me, connect with me, feel free, ask questions. Don't want to go through, here's another thing that happened. Somebody didn't want to go through the application process because they were still uncertain what a mastermind was all about. I was, well, fine. So what we did was a quick one-to-one Zoom meeting. I want to answer your questions. No surprises. No, that's not, no. How could you succeed if you have to deal with surprises all the time? Heck with that. No. Let's lay it out so that you know what to expect. Come on in, let's get you moving forward quickly. And I firmly believe that the secret shortcut, it's the secret shortcut, mastermind groups, to every business success.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you are structured. You know, we need, in our chaotic lives, we have so much going on that we need some structure. And that's where you come in. I mean, you hold that space for women to be able to share their struggles and their wins too. I want to also say that too. This working in a mastermind is, I mean, you will have the biggest cheerleaders within the mastermind group too, of and supporting you to get to where you want to go. And Charlene, thank you for coming on today and talking about your mastermind group. And I will attach all your contact information to the show. And so until next time, everybody, have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.